Hey everybody! I'm gonna assume everyone who's here has played Doom. It is one of the most influential FPS games of all time. Fun fact, one of the first videos I ever made on this channel was about Doom. I did it right after my Wolfenstein 3D video. And unless you're extremely curious about my channel's ancient history, I don't recommend watching either of those videos. It was literally my second video ever, and the quality is, yeah, let's just say it exists. But I'm a fan of Doom and Doom ports. And while most Doom ports suck or are, let's say, quirky, they all have unique differences about them, as well as unique stories behind their developments generally. And that makes them all very interesting. And one version that was infamously bad, like legendary levels of bad, was the Sega Saturn version. This port was developed by Rage Software, and originally they actually had a custom engine running it that performed better than the PlayStation version. But then John Carmack stepped in and said, nope, you can't use that because it degrades the visuals too much. He later admitted this was a bad decision, and yeah, this wouldn't be the only time I disagree with Carmack when it comes to video game development decisions. Because here's the thing, what's the point in having great graphics if your game runs like garbage? Fellow game designers, take notes. Gameplay always trumps graphics. So because Carmack shut down the custom engine, Rage had to fall back on an improved version of the 32X version. And they tried to brute force it through the Saturn's dual CPU hardware. And yeah, you can't brute force 3D on the Saturn. The Saturn was originally meant to be a 2D powerhouse that Sega duct taped 3D hardware onto at the last minute. Long story short, Saturn Doom runs horribly. And for the longest time, Saturn Doom was the punchline of the Doom community. I mean, just look at this garbage. Look at it! It's a slideshow. And the music, it uses the PlayStation soundtrack. And I know some people love the ambient PSX music. But personally, I think it sucks. I want Doom music, not haunted air conditioner noises. But someone decided to save this port. A modder/programmer took it upon himself to fix Saturn Doom. Is it any good though? Let's find out. So, I played through about 5 levels of both versions. The original Japanese Saturn Doom and the patched version. And honestly, this patch is pretty decent. The biggest improvement is the frame rate. The original Saturn version could be played at times, but other times it turned into a complete sideshow. With the patch, I never hit a point where the game became unplayable. Sure, there are frame dips when a ton of enemies show up on screen, but overall, it runs way smoother and way more consistently. There's also proper weapon cycling now, which is a nice touch, though I didn't really use it much personally. But the important part is, this patch turned Saturn Doom into a much better port. Now, the patch only works with the Japanese version of Saturn Doom. And that's because the Japanese release was actually slightly better optimized than the US version. So you'll need a legally obtained Japanese ROM. And yes, I said legal. I can't condone piracy on this platform. But once you obtain your legally obtained Japanese ROM, patching it is super easy. And if you want to play Saturn Doom just for the novelty or the fun of it, this is absolutely the way to do it. I still don't love the PlayStation style horror ambient soundtrack, but that's just my thing. For all you Sega fans out there, I definitely recommend checking this out. Alright, enough talking. Let's do a quick comparison. Here's the original Saturn Doom running side by side with the patched version. Roll clip. If that didn't show you how much the patch version improves, I don't know what will. And before I wrap up this video, a quick shout out. If you want to support the channel and the work I do here, check out my indie game, Myths and Monsters, on Steam. It comes out July 3rd, so wishlist it if you want to help out the studio. Seriously, every game you guys buys helps me make more videos like this. And if you want to join the community of other retro gamers, as well as fans of the studio, we have a Discord server you can join. Links to that, as well as links to Myths and Monsters, will be in the description. So, final thoughts. The unofficial patch doesn't magically turn Saturn Doom into the best version of the game, but it does turn it into a version that's actually worth playing. So, if you're a fan of the Sega Saturn, I recommend giving it a try. And I'll also leave a link to this patch in the description as well. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys next Saturday for my review of the original Dragon Quest. This is Troy Schultz, the Anti-Gamer Slayer, signing off!